Hello, guys. This video is a little bit different today. I'm going to talk a little bit about my build and about Chapter 3. I use this AI voice so you don't need to read. Well, this is my PvP build. It's not the best for doing labs, it's not for speedrunning. But it's effective in PvP. It's full range, full heavy. I'm not using the passive healing perk Thrive on Danger because high damage and fast ability cooldown are more important in a PvP situation. So I bring some bandages. And I don't use Spice mode because I need that if a player comes in. Outside I use a Shiga Wire Claw, but inside mobility is not so important, you cannot really fly around, so I try to do more damage with Assault Seeker. But now, let's talk about Chapter 3. I'm really excited about the new stuff that's coming. The different element dungeons with the different difficulty. The boss fights. The augments for weapons and armor, new weapons, and the rapier rework. Landsrad rework, new DLC, new building pieces, new quests, and a new story. And a lot more. That's the right way to make a great long-term endgame for the PvE community. I'm going to definitely grind and farm and try everything. Even I'm a PvP player. But after this big update, the PvP also needs a big content update. What do I mean? Well, I have some ideas. Let me explain to you. Making the deep desert full PvP is not enough. It's a big playground, but there's not too much to do. First, the arena 1 vs 1 and 2 vs 2. Make a permanent arena in the deep desert in the arrow in the safe zone. Close the fighting hall in the arena with a shield wall. So nobody can go in, but people can go sit down, spectate and enjoy the fights. Make a matchmaking system, and people spawn in the fighting hall, and after the fight they spawn back to their original position. No durability costs, and for killing players, you get some special points. Let's say honor points. And with these points you can buy prestige armor and weapon skins or full gladiator sets. Just give a shop with goodies for those honor points. And people who are not interested in fighting just want to see they can bet. Put Solaris on 1 fighters and win and double or lose that money. Gambling is fun. I think this is a great social experience no matter if you fight or just want to chill and spectate and make some Solaris. And make transparent weekly rankings. People, specifically PvP players, love flexing with their stats and with their KD. My next idea is the faction battleground. 10 vs 10 or 5 vs 5 capture the flag and team deathmatch. Every round should be sponsored by some random Landsrad house, and whoever wins the round, they make maybe 1000 points to that house in the Landsrad. And of course the personal rewards, the honor points for the player kills. And it's more fun if we have 20 or 30 Atreides and Harkonnen NPCs on our side. In this mode would be fun using tanks, maybe 1 or 2 tanks should spawn on the map. And my last idea is the raiding system rework. Raiding in Dune is way too easy. Just wait for the sandstorm, and you'll need a lasgun. And that's it. No creativity, no planning, no preparation. First, I think the sandstorm should not deactivate the sub-thief. To deactivate the sub-thief, you should craft a nuclear bomb or an EMP bomb. Sub-thief should be deactivated for 20 to 30 minutes. That's enough time, I think. Anyway, this bomb should be very expensive. Like a carrier and a crawler together. So if you want to raid, you need to farm and grind a lot. And you need to choose your target, Weasley. If you raid an empty base, you waste a lot of material for some plastin and for some metal scrap. That hurt the attacker more than the defender. We need a new tier of building set for PvP, a tier 3 set. It doesn't need to be fancy or stylish, just more HP, and it should maybe camouflage so people can try to build hidden bases. Against the new tier building set, we need new explosives, maybe some futuristic C4. If you have limited resources to raid, you need to think about how to do it efficiently. We need base defense tools. Invisible traps in mind. They should be really deadly, like one-shot enemy players. How to counterplay. Use the resource scanner or spice mode, and you see it and you can shoot it. Another defender tool is automatic turrets. They should shoot enemy players in the base area, and they should be deadly too. And another defense tool is the suspensor generator. In the base area you cannot fly with your suspensor belt, you need to climb. And maybe some anti-climb building pieces. So you cannot go on the top so easily and attack. This means the defender has the high ground, most likely. This change makes raiding interesting and challenging for both sides, for attackers and for the defenders. Anyway, those are all my ideas for PvP endgame and for DD rework. Maybe Funcom will see this video and take some. If not, it's okay, maybe they have much better ideas. I hope so. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Now enjoy the rest of the video. See you next time.